Hello everyone, today we're gonna learn some Japanese from this scene today.
悪魔だ。あれを殺すなら殺せよ。どうせ死ぬんだ。怪我。お前も死ぬのか。カメ。悪魔は血飲めば傷治るって聞いたことがある。死にたくないならカメ。俺の血はただじゃねえ。これは契約だ。お前を助けてやるから。俺を助けろ。やっぱ俺も死にたくねえ。悪魔だ。
The meaning of something plus that is it's something in English. In this sentence, there is no word equivalent to it. In Japanese, we skip subject in many cases, unless you really want to specify about it. In this case, it's not necessary to mention the subject, so just say something plus that. Not necessary here, but if you want to translate from English word by word, the sentence can be like this. This is これは悪魔だ. That is あれは悪魔だ. It is それは悪魔だ. You can practice this sentence using these words below. Bread パン。これはパンだ。あれはパンだ。それはパンだ。Jam, we say ジャム。これはジャムだ。あれはジャムだ。それはジャムだ。Gun, 銃。これは銃だ。あれは銃だ。それは銃だ。Japanese sword, 刀。これは刀だ。あれは刀だ。それは刀だ。Chainsaw, チェーンソー。これはチェーンソーだ。あれはチェーンソーだ。それはチェーンソーだ。これ、あれ、それ are mainly used with things, not with people. But in the casual speech, you can use あれは with people to show about the person is standing over there pointing at him or her. あれは電池だ。あれはポチタだ。Like that. But if you use これは、それは with people name, it sounds a little bit rude. But I think you can use this with ポチタ because he is not human, more like a pet. So you can say これはポチタだ。それはポチタだ。Instead of これ、あれ、それ, there are other words to use with people name, but let's not go into it because it's going to be too long.
あれを殺すなら殺せよ。どうせ死ぬんだ。
Like the previous section, this line is also skipping the subject. So if you want to add it and paraphrase to the right words, this line will be like this. もしあなたが私を殺すなら私を殺せ。どうせ私は死ぬ。もしあなたが私を殺すなら私を殺せ。どうせ私は死ぬ。The first line actually sounds not natural, but I use 殺したい, which is I want to kill, instead of 殺す, just kill. This sounds more natural, but I want to explain the sentence more simply, so I'll just keep 殺す for this case now. The first part of this sentence, もし something plus なら is if sentence. Actually, the word もし, you can skip this. The middle part between もし and なら, you can put words or sentence, either way is fine. If it's rain, もし雨なら、雨、rain. もし雨なら I'll take a bus to the school. If it's far. もし遠いなら。遠い far. もし遠いなら I leave the house earlier. もし君が働くなら You work. 君が働く。もし君が働くなら I'll quit my job. This if sentence もしなら is followed by the speaker's order, wish, judge, or will. In this case, Denji saying 殺せ which is order form. There's some other words for if sentence. もし plus ばもし plus ともし plus たら In all cases, you don't have to say もし in both writing and speaking or formal or casual. Even you don't say もし, people will understand it. It's an if sentence. And even though they're all if sentence, these meanings or situation you use are slightly different, so not always you can simply switch each other. For more details, I will explain later. Okay, move on to next. Let's learn order form. Here, Denji says 殺せ. This is order form. Original verb form is always finished u sound. When you want to use verb as order form, you have to change to the u sound to e or o. In many cases, you can just change u to e. Let's see the examples using those verbs below. Kill, 殺す. This is the original form. 殺す u sound and change to e 殺せ die 死ぬ 死ぬ change to e so 死ね死ね work 歩く歩く歩く so change to e 歩け歩け go 行くう行け行け run 走る走れ As for the last words, I know so many people knows already because from Attack on Titan. Fight 戦う That's the original form 戦う and 戦え戦え戦え something like that, okay? I said change u sound to e sound, but here's some other rules. If the original form is finished with eru or iru, other form will be finished with ero or iro sound. Here's the example. Sleep 寝る eru 寝る change to 寝ろ寝ろ食べる eru 食べる change to 食べろエロ食べろ見る look 見る and other form 見ろいるいろ見る見ろ live 生きる生きるいる生きろ生きろ Please note there are some tricky words like run 走る走る This word finished with iru sound, so it's supposed to be 走ろ but 走る's other form is 走れ走れ This is something to do with conjugation, so I cannot explain right now because it's gonna be too long, but just remember some words doesn't follow this rule. Speaking of irregular, only do and come is completely irregular. Do, する come, 来る Those words are not finished with える or いる So just following the simple rule, change u to e. So people might think すru's order form is すれ and 来ru's order form is くれ But this is actually wrong. They are completely irregular forms, so you have to just remember those words. Suru's order form is 白 白 Kuru's order form is 濃い 濃い It's annoying, but you have to remember these words. By the way, circle mark, we say 丸 In the test, when you have a right answer, you can get this mark. But if your answer is wrong, you're gonna get X mark or check mark. And we call both ×. Okay, go back to the order form. Actually, the order form that I said is quite strong. People still use those order form as it is, but in many cases, people use those order form with postpositional articles, such as yo or ya. By adding these particles, mild up the impression or sometimes give the different nuance. For example, walk, 歩く 歩け 歩けよ 歩けや run 走る 走れ 走れよ 走れや sleep 寝る 寝ろ 寝ろよ 寝ろや live 生きる 生きろ 生きろよ 生きろや come 来る 来い 来いよ 来いや This yo or ya is only for casual using and still a little bit rough impression. For the formal order, maybe you can say いなさい えなさい How to change the word is the same as before. Change u sound to いなさい殺す殺しなさい殺しなさい死ぬ死になさい死になさい歩く歩きなさい歩きなさい行く行きなさい行きなさい走る走りなさい走りなさい戦う戦いなさい戦いなさい Elu, iru is same as before. If it's elu, change to えなさい寝る寝なさい寝なさい食べる食べなさい食べなさい見る見なさい見なさい生きる生きなさい生きなさい Do and come are also irregular, so you have to change to しなさいきなさい This いなさいえなさい is polite order form, but it's still order form like older people or higher position people use to younger ones. Like in school, teachers use to their students or parents, to their kids, or in the business place, both use to their team members. I think it's different from please do because it's not asking to do anything, it's still ordering, do something. The last part of this section, Denji says, どうせ死ぬんだ. This is a simple sentence like subject and verb, but again, subject is skipped. If you change it to a formal sentence including subject, it will be like this. どうせ私は死ぬ. どうせ is adverb, meaning either way or after all. In many cases, this word including the negative meaning, like giving up the current situation. Like, whatever I do, the situation won't be better or change, something like that. For example, どうせ all my friends hate me, or どうせ I'm useless, something like that. But at the same time, positive person use this word too. In that case, maybe the nuance will change a little bit. Because we're in the worst situation, we can do anything. it can go worse than that. So we do whatever we want, just go crazy. For example, どうせ I die, I can spend all my money in one day. Or どうせ we will lose this game, so just take it easy. So どうせ私は死ぬ. Whatever I do, I die, I don't care. Something like that. And this that is postpositional particle. Even without it, this sentence makes sense and the same meaning. By adding this, it emphasizes more the fact that he's going to die. Depends on the speaker's gender, postpositional particle can be changed. This that is mainly used by male. I don't say at all, but probably female don't use much in real life. If the speaker is female, I think 死ぬの or 死ぬのよ will fit in this situation. Let me give you other example. どうせ死ぬし、どうせ死ぬし. Both male and female can use this し. I use this し all the time. Or どうせ死ぬもん、もん. This sounds really childish. Even though some adults are still using this, but definitely sound childish. This part is just one word, so not much to say. 怪我, 怪我. It's wound or injury.
お前も死ぬのか。
お前も死ぬのか。お前も死ぬのか。お前 is you, and も is also, 死ぬ is die, and the last part is like question. This sentence consists of subject, verb, and postpositional particles for questioning. And after the subject, there is another particles. Here are the particles for subject. お前も、お前は、お前が、も and は and が. As I said, も means also. It is easy to see the difference from other two. は and が are a little bit confusing. There are some rules in which situation you have to use which. お前は死ぬ。お前が死ぬ. In what sentence, the main information that you want to give to the listener is be part, 死ぬ, die part. And in が sentence, what you want to say is 死, who's die, お前, you. Let me give you the different example. If someone asks you, who is that person? You can say, that person, what, my father. My father is the answer to the question. My father is the information that you want to give. If question is, who is your father? You can say, my father, what, that person. The answer to the question is that person, and that's the information that you want to give. If someone asks, is this your father? You can say, no, that person got my father, that. The information you want to give is that person, not father. You can say like, no, that person got my father, that. And this person, what, my uncle, that. And there are other rules for this got and what. If you describe the current situation, use got. And if you want to give the general information or speaker's judgment is included, use what. For example, baby got crying, which means you are seeing the baby crying in front of you at that moment. But if you say baby what cry, it's more like general information that every baby cries, and also that's your opinion too. There are some other rules for what and ga, but those two are main rules, so I think it's enough for now. This sentence is finished with ka and rising intonation, which means this is question, same as yes/no question in English. Just be careful, even the sentence finished with ka, if intonation is not up, there is not question sentence. It has different meaning. For example, if I say, お前も死ぬのか? This sentence includes the sentence of agreement or consent, like, oh, I see, you're going to die, something like that. or even the sentence doesn't have ka, but the intonation goes up, it is a question sentence. Like, お前も死ぬの? I think it's easy to tell because it's the same as English. There are more rules about question sentence, but maybe next time.
悪魔は血飲めば傷治るって聞いたことがある。
This is if sentence like in the previous section, but using different word. In the previous section, we use もし something plus なら. If you use もし なら, following sentence includes speaker's order, wish, judge, or will. But this case, if you did A or if A happened, B part will happen. B part will include the consequences. If you drink devil's blood, what happened? Your wound will be healed. That's the consequence. In here, number 1 is used, but you can switch to other two. もし血を飲めば、もし血を飲んだら、もし血を飲むと。In this case, B part is consequence, but they're also used in other way. Like B part can be also order, wish, judge, will too. I will explain in some other time. The rest part of this section, って聞いたことがある。って聞いたことがある。て part is really casual way to say, and grammatically or writing, we use と instead of て. This part means I heard before that in English. This part, ことがある, literally means there is a thing, but in this case, meaning I did something before, or I have an experience of. You can switch the verb and use like this. Eat, 食べる、食べたことがある、食べたことがある。Drink, 飲む、飲んだことがある、飲んだことがある。Watch, 見る、見たことがある。Fight, 戦う、戦ったことがある、戦ったことがある。食べた、飲んだ、見た、戦った。They're all past form. Because it's all about experience, to have that experience, you must have done it before. So that's why you have to use past form here. You can also use original form together, but with the original form, the meaning will be not about experience. The phrase means, I do things occasionally. For example, パンを食べることがある. It means like, I don't eat bread usually, but maybe I eat bread sometimes.
死にたくないなら噛め。
This part is also same as the previous section, using the if sentence and finish with order form. What you can learn new stuff here is how you say want to do. In this section, it's negative form. 死にたくない。死にたくない。I don't wanna die. Let me start from the positive form. If you want to do something, you can say verb plus たい. Of course, you have to conjugate the verb. Like order form, you can change う sound to い and plus たい. Die, 死ぬ、死にたい、死にたい。Bite, 噛む、う sound, so you have to change う to I and かみたい、噛みたい。行く、行きたい、行きたい。And like the order form, you have to be careful with the verb finish with いる sound. In this case, you just delete る sound and just keep I, E, and plus たい. Wear, 着る、着たい. It's not 着りたい. Just skip the る sound and 着たい. And watch, 見る、な、見りたい. Skip the る sound and you say 見たい. The verb finish with る sound is the same. Skip the る sound and keep just E and plus たい. Eat, 食べる、食べたい、食べたい。Escape, 逃げる、逃げたい、逃げたい。Please note there are of course some exceptions, like run, 走る. This verb finishes with iru sound, so maybe you think 走りたい. But no, in this case you have to say 走りたい. Change u to I. 走りたい. 走りたい. And kick, 蹴る. This verb finishes with L sound, but in this case you have to say 蹴りたい. 蹴りたい. And as I said in the previous section, do, する, and come, 来る are irregular verbs. If you want to say want to do, you have to say したい and wanna come. You have to say 来たい. It's a different. And if you want to use the negative form, instead of たい, you have to use たくない, like die, 死ぬ, 死にたい, 死にたくない. bite, 噛む, 噛みたい, 噛みたくない. 行く, 行きたい, 行きたくない. wear, 着る, 着たい, 着たくない. watch, 見る, 見たい, 見たくない. eat, 食べる, 食べたい, 食べたくない. escape, 逃げる, 逃げたい, 逃げたくない. and do, する, したい, したくない. and come, 来る, 来たい, 来たくない. wear, 着る, and come, 来る. When you change to want to do sentence, both 来たい, 来たくない. It's same sound, so you have to just tell from the context.
これは契約だ。
This is the same grammatical form with the first one. Remember in the first section, Denji said 悪魔だ. Here, he said 契約だ. This is the deal. In this case, using the subject, which is これ. And remember, here using は with subject. The information that he wants to give is deal. So using は, not が. If you watch many anime, you might have heard the word this. You can use this instead of だ. For example, this is これは契約だ. これは契約です. That is あれは契約だ. あれは契約です. It is それは契約だ. それは契約です. This and that are pretty much same meaning, but giving the different impression to listeners. Generally speaking, this is more polite and soft impression, and that is more assertive. I said this sounds more neutral when you explain something to someone. In writing, this is used in textbook or instruction sheet. In speaking, people use this in presentation, or in the situation you have to be polite to the listener. On the other hand, that is more self-expression. Generally speaking, people use that in the newspaper or the school report, because writing contents in those are your strong opinion or assertion. You can still use desu in your report, but never mix this and that in the same report, because the tone will be inconsistent. And to be honest, that is barely used in speaking in real life, because that gives you a little bit harsh impression. In this scene, Denji says, これは契約だ. It sounds natural because it's anime. If the character used that, it sounds more dramatic and fit to the situation. But in real life, people use it with postpositional particles, like 契約だよね, 契約だね, 契約だよ. These particles mild up the impression. Learning this and that is really important because it's a basic. But in real life or anime, people use different words instead of this or that. So if you could know which character using this or that or other words, you can understand the character more deeply. For example, これ 契約な use な instead of that or this. This is really casual. You can use it to your friends. I think both men and women can use this. これ契約ね mainly used by female, but guys can use this too, depends on the situation. Like talking to kids or women when you want to give the soft impression. But I met some guys who came to Japan using this ne often. To be honest, if guys use this ne often, people think you are feminine. I know why they use a lot. Probably they spend so much time with Japanese girlfriend. And because their girlfriend using ne too much, and the guy think they can use the same way. Okay, next. これ契約だよ だよ I think both men and women can use this. And これは契約だぜ I think these words are mainly used by junior high or high school kids. Mainly boys, not girls. Since this gives you a rough impression, it doesn't have to be delinquent, but stronger boys tend to use these words. これは契約やで Did you catch the intonation is different? Mainly this is used in Kansai area. This is the dialect. People use the particles or different intonation, depends on where you live. これは契約でござる This is used by samurai character or ninja character. これは契約ソス or 契約だってばよ These words are used by the specific characters. ソス is used by Fapta and made in Abyss. And だってばよ is used by, of course, Naruto. Actually, the word だってばよ was exist even before the anime started. But if you use it now, people think you are otaku or anime weebs because it's too famous that Naruto used this word. And sosu is completely original word. It didn't even exist. Creators made up this word only for the character. Like this, there are numerous ways to paraphrase this or that. I cannot list up all. But next time, when you watch anime and pay attention to how they speak, maybe you can understand how those lines are characterized by the creator.
お前を助けてやるから俺を助けろ
Okay, next, what you can learn from this sentence is 助けてやる助けてやる This verb's original form is 助ける help. And here, combined with the word てやる助けるてやる助けてやる Both 助ける and 助けてやる is same meaning in English, but this てやる giving the additional meaning on the verb. There are two types of meaning on てやる Number one, てやる has meaning of give. Combining with the verb, this meaning, I will do it for you. It depends on the situation. This can be pure kindness or condescending meaning included. Other meaning is making up your mind with a strong will and try to achieve something. There's a famous line from Attack on Titan. 駆逐してやる駆逐する is eliminate. 駆逐する plus てやる駆逐してやる This is Eren's resolution. Whatever it takes, he tried to eliminate all the titans or people outside. He might try to do the elimination for the people in the island. He's not saying this line to someone. He's making up his mind by saying this. So in this case, this てやる is number 2. But in this scene, Denji says 助けてやる to Pochita. He's offering the help to Pochita. So in this case, number 1. Since number 1's meaning including giving, you can change てやる to てあげる. あげる meaning giving. So when you switch てやる to あげる, and it makes sense. In that case, number 1. 助けてやる助けてあげる In this case, it's okay to switch. How to conjugate the verb is a little bit complicated. First one is simple. Just change る to 手 help 助ける change る to 手 and plus やる and 助けてやる助けてやる and eat 食べる食べる change to 手食べて and plus やる食べてやる食べてやる look 見るる change to 手見てやる見てやる切る wear 切る change to 手着てやる着てやる and of course there are some other rules if the word finish with うつる you can switch to て by the way this small つ is stop sound before you say て you have to hold a little bit it's more like a staccato for example buy 買う if there is no small つ it will be 買てやる between か and てやる you have to stop tiny bit 買ってやる買ってやる not 買ってやる買ってやる win 勝つ change つ to て勝ってやる勝ってやる as you see it's the same as the first one but the first one buy 買ってやる and the second one win 勝ってやる intonation is different and run 走る走ってやる not 走ってやる走ってやる okay next if the word finish with ぬぶむ you can just switch to んで die 死ぬぬ死んでやる死んでやる play 遊ぶぶ change to んで遊んでやる遊んでやる steal 盗むむ change to んで盗んでやる盗んでやる and if the word finish with く change to いて right 書くく書いてやる書いてやる cry 泣くく泣いてやる泣いてやる burn 焼く change to いて焼いてやる焼いてやる if it's く change to いで sniff かぐかぐ change to いでかいでやるかいでやる connect つなぐぐつないでやるつないでやる earn 稼ぐぐ稼いでやる稼いでやる About this word, pronunciation is a little bit tricky. Even though in writing, you write down 稼いでやる But this say part, we don't pronounce clearly. This a part, we usually pronounce For example, 稼いでやる instead of 稼いでやる But even you say 稼いでやる it's not wrong. It's actually correct pronunciation. But many Japanese pronounce instead of a, especially when we speak faster. Next, if the word finish with す change it to して speak 話す change to して so 話してやる話してやる drop 落とすす落としてやる落としてやる lend 貸す貸して やる、貸してやる。Not only this てやる, this way of conjugation will be used with other words too, so it's better get used to it. And this scene is also finished with order form, which is 助けろ, help. I think you know what it is by now. 助けろ. Denji is ordering Pochita to help him.
やっぱ俺も死にたくね。
The last line of this scene is やっぱ俺も死にたくない。俺も死にたくない。This part is the same as the previous section, so you can understand what it means. And やっぱ is the short for やっぱり. It's adjective. Even though it's just one character, in casual speaking, we tend to cut some characters to make it shorter. This やっぱ or やっぱり, this word means after all. But it's different from どうせ in the previous section. As I said, if you use どうせ, you have already given up the situation and been reckless. But やっぱり has also the same meaning, which is after all, but the nuance is a little bit different. If you use やっぱり, it'll give the impression like you pounded through every aspect, but after all end up in the same idea. By the way, do you remember this small つ? Before ぱ, you have to hold a little bit. Without small つ, it will be やっぱ, but with small つ, やっぱ, やっぱ. Okay, that's all today. Let's go through the scene one more time.
悪魔だ。俺を殺すなら殺せよ。どうせ死ぬんだ。怪我。お前も死ぬのか。亀。悪魔は血飲めば傷治るって聞いたことがある。死にたくないなら亀。俺の血はただじゃねえ。これは契約だ。お前を助けてやるから。俺を助けろ。やっぱ俺も死にたくね
え。That's for today. Thanks for watching. If you like my video, please don't forget to subscribe and I will see you in the next one.